Hi everyone, it's Miss Jill again. So this is going to be my second parent tutorial video for gym. So we already did our kicking lesson. So we did that for 2 weeks. So we're going to move on and we're going to try our throwing and catching lesson. Again, we're going to try and have you guys do this for about 2 weeks and then we'll see if we need longer or not. But I'm going to go through the steps of how we would do this in class, you know, basic levels to what we try to move up to and what we would like our end result to be. So I'm going to just quickly go over that with you. Again, this is more for the parents. The kids aren't going to really like this video that much. All right, guys, so when we do our catching and throwing lesson, we usually try to start off really basic. So if you want to see if your child is able to just roll the ball back and forth. That's going to be one of the basic things you can do. Now, most of our students don't like sitting on the floor, so this may or may not work for you. But if it does, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of sit in like a straddle position with your child about 6 feet away, and you're just going to practice rolling the ball back and forth. Some kids might really like this, and some kids really might not like sitting on the floor. But that is like your basic back and forth. They get the idea that the ball is going back and forth. Once they're able to do that, or if that's just not their thing, you're going to start moving on to actually catching the ball, okay? So you can do this. Again, we usually stay around 6 feet apart depending on what you're using. I typically use this size ball when I'm working on this in the classroom, and when we get up from the floor, to make it easier and make it less stressful that the child feels like they're going to get hit in the face, you can try bouncing the ball back and forth very slowly, or you could even use a balloon. If you're going to use a balloon, I would suggest being very close. It's quite difficult to throw a balloon, but it gives the kids the chance to process that there's a ball coming, I need to do something, and I don't need to be afraid of it. When you are bouncing or throwing the balloon, I like to give some kind of countdown so the kids know that it's coming their way. I don't want them to be scared or shocked. So if you're going to bounce or throw the balloon, you want to say like, ready, set, go, or 1, 2, 3. All right, so that would be your next step. So there's rolling, then you're going to just do bouncing, and then back and forth. The kids are usually pretty good at returning the ball. That's not usually something we have to focus on, but if you do, you might need a partner behind you to help them bounce the ball back. You can also do this against a wall. That's another way to do it if you're finding that the child needs more assistance and it is only you helping. You could try using a wall. So you could throw the ball against the wall so that it will bounce to the child. You could throw it straight so it will come right at the child. And then you can be there to either help from behind with catching the ball, or you could kind of be there in front, and as they put their hands out to catch, you put it kind of in their hands for them. It seems like cheating, but what it really is giving them some success, so you know they don't get discouraged and feel like they can't do it. So that's another way to do it if you don't have somebody there to help you show them how to catch or to help guide it into their hands. So the bouncing back and forth is the next thing, and then after that you're going to work on actually throwing. So we do underhand throw. You're just going to start with underhand throw. Again, always do a countdown. So be 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go, whatever's your favorite one to use, and then throw the ball. Again, if you have a second person to help, great. If not, I would use a wall. So throw it up against the wall so that you can be there to help prompt them with catching. Now this is basically where we're going to get to. Our class pretty much stays at this level. There are some kids that are, can move on, and these are the kind of steps we would do to move on. The next step you would do is try using a smaller ball. Kind of basic things, right? So if this ball, they have no problem throwing that back and forth. Let's try this. We're still going to try underhand, okay? So make sure even as you're making the ball a little bit smaller that you're using underhand tosses. If the child is great with that, you're using a smaller ball, underhand, they're catching, they're throwing it back and forth, you're going to be moving on to something more along the lines of like a tennis ball. Like I said, I don't know if anyone's really going to get there from this class, but if you happen to, you can use a tennis ball. Tennis balls are great to throw against a wall. So if you happen to get a chance to go outside, your child is able to catch a ball as small as a tennis ball, you could bounce it off the wall, you could have a catch back and forth. I hope you get there, but don't be discouraged. If you don't be discouraged if you're only on the floor rolling the ball back and forth. We just want the kids to be active, we want them to be engaged, we want them to try their best, and we want them to be successful. So you just do the best that you can with these steps. and have fun with it, and let me know if you need any help with anything. All right, and we'll see. Do this for at least 2 weeks, and then we'll see kind of where we're at if we want to try doing another lesson or stick with it. All right, thanks guys. I hope you found this helpful. I'll talk to you soon.